everyone, it's Antonia Marquis, and today I'm doing yet another Q&A because y'all have so many questions that you want to ask me, and I am so ready to answer all of them. When are you coming out with new music? Very, very soon actually, because my boyfriend and I are a duo. We're a band and we're coming out with an EP really, really soon. So make sure you follow us on everything. Our name is T and A, and I'll put the links to all our stuff in the description so you can follow it. Have you ever thought about doing ASMR? You have a beautiful voice. Love ya. I love you too, and thank you so much. I actually have. I just don't know what to do because I'm also awkward. So if y'all have any ideas of ASMR that I could do or you'd want me to do, let me know in the comments below and maybe I'll try it out. I appreciate so many of you liking my speaking voice as well as my singing voice. Who is your inspiration? I probably answer this question in every Q&A I ever put out. My biggest inspiration is Jason Mraz. He's the person that got me into singing, so it's always going to be my answer. And of course my mom, my boyfriend, my sister, all of those closest to me in my life. I wonder what advice you can give me for a broken heart. I recently was dumped and I don't know how to get over this. I still love him so much, but he moved on. What can you tell me to stop this misery? I know how hard this can be. I went through this at the beginning of this year. I was in a relationship for 4 years, and that's a long time. And he broke up with me in February. So at that time, I felt alone, I felt confused, I felt like I could never trust anyone again and that I'd never get over this. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I could barely sing. I didn't want to get up in the morning, I didn't want to put effort into anything. A broken heart is a real thing, and it's okay to feel those things. But it's just important to cry it out and to talk about your feelings and to stay strong and hold on and do the things you love. Don't stop doing the things that you love. If you have a favorite movie that always makes you happy, watch that. If you have a favorite food, eat that. It's also really important that you have at least one person you can talk to, and if that's me, you can come to me just like you did right now, and just somebody that'll listen, even if you don't want advice from them. Just somebody that's there to listen and be there for you, because it's a really hard time, especially when you love somebody like you said you did. And yeah, it was probably the hardest time of my life because I really gave up so much hope in finding love for myself, because I was like, if I could give somebody so much of myself and 100% effort all the time and they could break my heart, how could they break up with me? How could they treat me like this? It really, really hurt me. But I held on and I kept going. I kept going, and that's so important that you keep going. And I'm here now, and I'm happier than I've ever been, and I found the love of my life that treats me with so much respect and love and made me believe and hope and smile again, and it's all because I held on. So just hold on and know that it'll get better. Also, thank you so much to the people that replied to this comment on my Instagram, just saying they're sorry to hear that and just being there for the stranger that they don't even know. I really appreciate it, and I love that my audience is always spreading love and is such a positive community. Something really important that one of the people that commented under that post said is that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't know or understand why. And that's so true. At the time, I was like, I don't get it. I did not understand it. I was so lost, and now I get it. That had to happen. I had to go through that and leave that chapter of my life to get all of this great stuff that I have now. I would have never found my boyfriend Tyler if I never ended that toxic relationship I was in. So I'm so thankful, and you might not understand it now, but it'll make sense. It will. How do you deal with stress from school and not being able to make friends easily? P.S. I love you, and I'm sorry if you already answered this. I did not answer this, and it's a great question. And I love you too. You're always supporting me, and I appreciate you so much. When I was in school, the way I dealt with it is just knowing it's okay to take a break sometimes. My mind is always going, and it's so important to give your brain a rest, even if it's just for 5 minutes, listening to your favorite song or just putting your headphones on with nothing playing, just sitting in silence, anything to calm you down and just breathe and center yourself. When I was in school, I was just really open and everyone knew that like I was kind of a safe place. I wasn't gonna judge them. I was just kind to everyone. So like I've seen you before. I've seen your personality in your videos and your pictures, and you're such a bubbly and kind person. So just be you always. That is such an amazing thing that just attracts people. So always be yourself, always be that light that you are, because you're awesome. Talk to other people that you see aren't making friends either, so that y'all can become friends. How do you feel with your relationship being so public? Do you feel it's a positive or negative thing? Also, I love you. I love you too. The reason it's okay for me is because my boyfriend and I, we have a real relationship, a real connection. It's real. It's a real love, and it's really strong. And we know how important it is. And we don't put social networking over it. We put ourselves first. And we don't care what anybody else thinks because we're in love. So it doesn't affect us at all. It doesn't affect our relationship because our foundation is so strong. We have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about with each other, nothing to worry about with people that may comment things or have opinions. We don't care. We just love each other and we're happy. And anytime I post a picture of us or anything about us, it's because I'm happy and I want to post it. I'm not looking for, you know, people to say how they feel about it or anything. I'm just happy because I found a good man. That's it. And I also think it's a positive thing because it's showing real love. It's showing that it still exists and that it's out there, and we represent how important it is. So to me, that's a positive thing. What's your favorite Pokemon? Jigglypuff, of course, because adorable and can sing. Need I say more? Did you ever have problems at school? If so, what did you do about it? I had a lot of problems at school. Obviously bullying. If you've watched my other videos, I always talk about how I was extremely bullied in school. Other than that, it was just hard for me because when I was in school, I was very much overweight and it was hard to get around, especially because my locker would be in the bottom corner of one building and I'd have to go to math class in the top floor of another building within 2 minutes, and I had to carry every book for every class, plus my 2 instruments because I played violin and clarinet. And I'd be late all the time because I was not in shape and because I had so much stuff to carry and not that much time to get there. So that was a struggle, and I also feel like I enjoy learning and I learn better by myself. So it was kind of hard to enjoy learning when I was in school. Couldn't really do anything about that, but with bullying, I always stood up for myself and for others and always let adults know, and it helped a few times. The kids would get in trouble or suspended or something would change, so that's what I would do about it. What's your favorite part about what you do? My favorite part is something I'm so passionate about, and it's having a platform to spread love and positivity and change the world, because I feel like over everything, even over singing, my biggest passion is to change the world. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm so passionate about it, and That's what I love most about what I do, that it provides this for me. How did you cope with being overweight and bullied? I still struggle with it, even though I'm now homeschooled. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. It's literally something I struggled with my entire childhood and adult life, and it was a lot. I never let it get to my head. I always kept a smile on my face, and I was always myself, and I just kept being kind to those that were not kind to me, because there was no sense in being mean back. That's not helping anything. A lot of stuff I went through that I will always remember. I'll never forget, and it really mentally scarred me. I guess just staying positive and staying myself, and just being a kind person and being the more mature person helped me. At the time, I didn't know it was gonna get better or that I was even gonna lose weight, but it will get better. Just know that. Just know to not believe any of the words that the bullies are saying to you, and that you're such an amazing person, and don't forget that through anything you're told. Do not forget that you're beautiful, and you're even more beautiful for staying true to you and not letting it change you to become a bully as well. Have you ever listened to K-pop before? By the way, your voice is amazing and you're an inspiration for me. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I have listened to K-pop and I love it. I love it so much. I really, really love G-Dragon and of course BTS. They're adorable. I watch the interviews. You will see me in the comment section if you look under like when they're on talk shows, I comment. Who's one artist you'd love to collaborate with? I feel like I always say Jason Mraz just because he's my inspiration, but I really, really love Justin Timberlake. So if I could collaborate with Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, and Missy on one song, and I like sing the hook or something, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I would love that so much. First of all, I'd like to say you look beautiful and also you have a great voice. Anyways, my question to you is what inspires you and your music? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anytime y'all say anything like this or say anything at all to me, I really appreciate it. What inspires me in my music is love. That's the main thing. I feel like with every artist, but it truly inspires me because it's the thing that I'm most passionate about. So my relationship inspires me a lot because I'm really happy, and love is always my muse. And this last thing isn't really a question, it's just something that one of my followers wanted me to bring to light, and it's something that's really important to me as well, so I wanted to share it with y'all. Hi Antonia, I've been following you for a few years now and I enjoy watching all your videos and music. I admire your personality because you're always about positive vibes and helping others. I've been wanting to message you about something that hits close to home for me, and I hope you spread the word about it. I know you have tons of young followers and I know they listen to your kind words. I'm not sure if you're aware that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Unfortunately, I lived through physical and verbal abuse for years, and I never wish that on anyone in this world. It destroys the victim and leaves long-lasting effects. It's been years that I've dealt with the physical abuse, and it still messes with my head. I just would like for you to speak on it so your followers, especially little girls, know it's not okay to allow someone to mistreat you, and if you're experiencing it, there's help and things to do to get better. I know you said to DM you questions, and this wasn't a question, but it's something that I want people to spread the word about. I suffered in silence and I was too scared to ask for help. So I've never been through physical abuse, but I went through a lot of mental abuse. I also stayed silent about it. No one could have ever guessed because this person on social media and with other people is so kind and charismatic, and I would always post kind things about this person on my pages and only talk highly of this person. I never talked about the disrespect that I went through every day. And I would cry. I would cry alone. I wouldn't even tell my mom. I wouldn't tell my sister or my friends or anybody. I would just cry to myself. Every single day I was crying. And that was not a healthy thing. That was not a healthy relationship. It wasn't a real relationship, and it was very toxic. To feel hurt, unappreciated, and disrespected, and be told disrespectful things constantly, and feel like you don't matter and that the person doesn't care and you're not important every single day, to feel these things when all you give from yourself is love to this person. It's the most surreal thing because it doesn't make any sense. Why would a person treat you like that? And I dealt with it because I always preach about how I believe in love. There were good times in a relationship, and this person was my friend first before we were in a relationship. I never gave up on it, and I dealt with these messed up things because I was fighting for the relationship. But now that I'm out of it, I realize, and I knew when I was in it too, because I know these things, that you don't fight for something like that. You fight for something real. You fight when both people are putting in effort, in love, not when you're being disrespected constantly. That's not something to fight for. That's something you leave and you should never be around. No matter how much you love the person or you think that what they do is not a big deal. No, these things are not okay. They're not okay to deal with. You should never even have to experience that from a partner. A partner is supposed to love you and show you respect and be adding to your life, not taking away from your spirit. And that's what that relationship did for me. It took away from my spirit, and my boyfriend at the time broke up with me because he saw how depressed the relationship made me after being in it for 4 years. He looked at me, and this smile that I always have was gone. It wasn't even there. So he broke up with me because of how much he hurt me. Not because I did anything wrong or anything, just because I became so depressed from it. I know how important love is and how much we all want it, especially when we're young or when we're teenagers or however old you are when you're young. But just because you want someone there doesn't mean to tolerate bad behavior, them putting you down, abuse, mentally or physically, disrespect. Don't tolerate them playing games or playing with your head or making you feel like you're not good enough or tearing you down or having you question if you matter or what this is or if they're gonna leave. Don't tolerate that. It gave me so much anxiety and so much depression. It's so important to respect yourself in that way and step aside from your situation and realize that no matter how much you want a relationship, it's better to wait for a good one, because once you have a good relationship, you'll see. I didn't know that what I was in for 4 years wasn't love. I thought it was love at the time, apparently. This relationship that I'm in now feels so amazing. It feels so good to be so honestly, unconditionally loved and respected and never having to worry about anything. I don't have anxiety anymore. I'm so happy and I feel so loved. It's so much better to wait. It's so much better to wait to find that type of person like I found my love, because this feels amazing. And you'll know, since I went through that last relationship, I know all the things that I'm not going to tolerate ever. And that was the lesson I learned, thankfully. So I'm thankful for that relationship. But I don't want you all to have to go through being hurt in order to learn a lesson. I want y'all to just know that you deserve respect and to accept nothing less. Like I said, I've never been through physical abuse, but all my last relationship did was mess with my head. All the time, constantly, and it hurt really badly. I understand how much physical abuse can be a scary thing, and it's kind of hard for me to speak on it because I've never been through it, but I want to bring awareness to it because I understand the severity of it, because some family members have gone through it, and I've gone through sexual harassment that was physical, and those are kind of the ties that I have to it, and it's just not okay. It's not okay, and I know it's scary. I know how scary it is. And you kind of freeze in those moments because you don't understand how this person that's supposed to love you could do this, and you're scared because you don't know what's going to happen if you tell someone about it or what they're going to do to you. And it's a scary situation. But if you're with somebody and you notice any kind of sign that they're going to get physical with you, you leave. That's not how you treat another human, especially one that you're supposed to love. That's not a situation you want to be in. Please tell someone about it. Please get out of that situation if you're in it. And please pay attention. Please pay attention, and please know your worth, and know that these things are not acceptable in any way. That's not love. You don't hurt the people you love. You don't do that. Love is supposed to enhance your life, make you better, make you happy, make you feel safe, help you to grow, not tear you down, not hurt you, not make you afraid. That's not love. People give love a really bad name, and I'm so sorry for anybody that's gone through physical or mental abuse in relationships, or have been disrespected, or became insecure because of relationships like I have. I'm so sorry. I really am. It's just so important to spread awareness about these things, because y'all need to know that it's not okay. And if anybody else has been through these things and wants to say anything about it, please comment it below. We just need to help each other out and show each other love. And I love y'all so much. Thank you for all the questions and for sharing your story with me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.